Hi viewers, welcome to the shop. Today I'm working on a project that deals with remedying some rot at the bottom of a door jamb on the garage door. And what I've picked up is some new brick molding. This is 2 inches wide, and the old stock was 1/4 of an inch narrower than that. And what you can see here, I've got some issues. I think it was probably some rodent chewing as well as some dry rot. So we're going to be replacing that and part of the door jamb that is rotted, and we're going to be using some 2x4 material that is treated lumber to replace that, as well as some glue. So let's go outside and take a look at it. So yesterday what I did is I took some 2x4 stock and I ripped it a little bit to make it narrower, and I used my oscillating tool. This is absolutely a must-have for doing this kind of work. And I used some heavy-duty liquid nails to glue this to the 2x4 framing on this side. And what I did in here is, after cutting across here, I chiseled out this piece of the jamb. I didn't go the whole way back, otherwise I would have had to take off that. So either way, you could take off a piece of trim if that's what you've got at your house, or just do what I did. If you're on a job site and you don't have time for glue to dry, you probably are going to have to nail this, and you may have to put some shims back in here. I didn't want to have to deal with that, and it looks pretty good. So let's look at the other side. Now here I have a deeper concrete void. I'll probably fill that with some foam, and we're going to be taking off this piece, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. So the first thing I wanted to do is to mark a line here for my cut line. I'm going to mark a second line here. And I put together this little block for using the cutoff tool. And this will help guide it, keep everything pretty square. So just screwing into the old jamb. And now we can start cutting. And this will help keep this level. Okay, now we're going to pull this piece off. Okay, that should be good enough for there. Now what I want to do is chip away at a little bit of this to see how the grain is running. This wood's probably close to 100 years old. It's kind of bouncy since there's a space between here and the framing. So I'll just keep working that back until I get to my pencil line. Got a little nail in here, so we're going to get that out. If you have any putty or something, now's the time to get rid of that. I got a little piece of concrete here. I'll knock that chip off. Next thing I want to do is measure from here down, and I cut a 5-degree bevel. So my cut is going to be about 8 3/4. First cut I'll do is the 5-degree bevel. Resetting to 90 degrees, and I'll cut the length. So pushing this back against the shim, I can see I need to take off about 3/16 of an inch down here along the bottom to clear the shim. So we'll do that next. I'm going to put a little bit of foam down here. And that's just to fill the gap. Okay, I have a shim piece for up at the top. Put some glue on there. Put a little bit of glue back in here. Then, for this piece, we want to put glue along the top edge. I'm going to spread that out. And then we're going to put glue here. Some back here, just to kind of fill that void. Put some on the face of this and the face of this. So I want this to be flush along this back edge. And I'm going to lift up a little bit from the bottom to give it pressure. Make sure that our edges are flush. So that looks great. And we'll leave that set up and then come back and deal with our brick mold. So to patch some of the cracks where I did a splice, I used this product. It's great, water soluble and sandable. So now we're going to measure the length of the brick mold that I need. Go up here to the top. It's like about 86 1/4, so we'll cut a 45 degree and start with that. I've measured the cut from my length and drew a line for a 5-degree bevel. I've got my molding in place. I'm going to start with putting some 2-inch finishing nails here and then number 8s here. Number 8s will go into the stud and the 2-inch goes into the door jamb. So to be a little on the safe side and try not to bend nails, I'm going to pre-drill. For the 8-penny nail. And finish it with a nail set. And then we'll come back and caulk our holes and the seams. Okay, we finished nailing this side. We'll do the same thing. The other side will be done, and then we'll prep for painting. I'm using a DAP product, Alex Fast Dry. It's a paintable latex silicone product. Put a little bit in a hole. And have a damp paper towel handy. Push some in the hole. Lightly wipe with the paper towel. Well, we finish up the project now by getting out the old paintbrush, applying some off-white paint. This filler piece may need 2 coats. See how that goes. So we'll keep at this and get back to you with the final first coat. Well, that completes another project around the homestead. I've been running a how-to series this summer showing different projects and how you might accomplish them if you have the same kind of problems at your place. So if you learned something, I hope you will consider giving it a like and subscribe. And we'll see you back on the next video, hopefully. Thanks for tuning in.